the year from hell team. Here's the case for Detroit. Coming off a devastating playoff loss.
Right.
Lost both coordinators and 7 coaches overall, including Ben Johnson, who I think everybody thought was the best offensive coordinator in the league. The new offensive coordinator, John Morton, is getting some WTFs.
Is he he's the Denver pass coordinator. Yeah.
It's like, what's going on with this guy? Goff went on that quarterback show, just flagging it.
Right.
Brutal schedule you mentioned. It's a schedule that includes 4 more outdoor games than they had last year.
Right.
That was one of the big things with them last year that we loved was they were just in a dome all the time. And they lost their center and they lost their guard. Like this great offensive line that was like the lifeblood of their team. It's just not as good anymore, right? So that would be the case.
15 wins, though, is so many to come down from.
I have them in the playoffs, but I have them at 10-7. I think it's just way more likely things go wrong for this team than right.
Jared Goff and the Lions, outside of Philly and San Francisco, they have the talent people think Dallas does.
I think they're a sneaky dark horse for the number 1 seed. Look at their schedule. They have not played Minnesota yet. They have not played the Bears yet. They already beat Green Bay in Green Bay, so they get them at home. I mean, the toughest game on their schedule. They have a chance with the tight end, with the wide receiver. St. Brown is fantastic. How about that touchdown he had today? The way Goff's playing, right? I mean, he's a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. Aiden Hutchinson has a chance to be one of the better pass rushers. They have a bunch of Pro Bowl high-end guys. They destroyed Tampa. I mean, they shoved that game to me was, and Tampa's may not be bad. I mean, Tampa has a lot of high-end players too, and they shoved them around on the road off a bye.
The Detroit Lions are a wildfire raging through the NFL, a pride of predators who dominated 2024 with a 15-2 record, torching opponents for 564 points, a blistering 33.2 points per game, while strangling defenses, allowing just 342 points, a suffocating 20.1 average. Jared Goff, ranked 15th in the NFL's top 100 players of 2025, is a quarterback reborn, slinging passes with lethal precision. Amon-Ra St. Brown, with 119 receptions for 1,515 yards and 10 touchdowns last season, snatches balls like a lion seizing prey, his acrobatic grabs lighting up X-feeds. Aiden Hutchinson, a pass-rushing titan, is stronger and hungrier, poised to dominate the league's elite. But storm clouds gather over Ford Field, a devastating playoff loss to the Commanders, where Goff's 4 turnovers fueled a 45-31 collapse, left scars. 7 coaches, including offensive genius Ben Johnson, are gone. A schedule ranked 3rd toughest in the NFL looms. Are the Lions charging toward their first Super Bowl, or racing into a cataclysmic downfall? This season is a high-stakes battle, a drama pulsing with glory and peril that demands your attention. But can this explosive offense, driven by Goff's mastery and St. Brown's brilliance, defy the doubters and soar to new heights? Let's dive into their relentless attack. Jared Goff isn't just a quarterback. He's a maestro of destruction. In 2024, he completed 72.4% of his passes for 4,629 yards, 37 touchdowns, and a 111.8 passer rating, career highs that scream MVP contender. He's not playing. He's rewriting Detroit's legacy, leading the Lions to their first playoff win since 1991. Amon-Ra St. Brown, ranked 20th in the top 100, is a wide-out sorcerer, hauling in 119 catches for 1,515 yards and 10 scores, including a twisting touchdown that had fans on X screaming, "He's unstoppable." The Lions' 20-16 road demolition of Tampa Bay post-bye was a masterclass, shoving around a playoff squad with high-end talent. Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, combining for 2,124 rushing yards and 21 touchdowns, bulldozed defenses behind an O-line still potent despite losing center Frank Ragnow and a key guard. But controversy ignites. Critics on X blast this unit as overrated, leaning too heavily on Goff's arm. New offensive coordinator John Morton, replacing Ben Johnson, is already under fire. One fan called his Denver schemes a total disaster. Goff's own podcast hints at playbook chaos raised red flags. If Morton stumbles, this high-octane attack could stall, plunging fans into despair. Are they the NFC's deadliest force, or a spark ready to flicker out? Yet, no dynasty rises without a defense that terrifies. Let's uncover the seismic shift in Detroit's secondary that could redefine their fate. Hold your breath. The Lions' secondary is no longer a liability. It's a juggernaut ready to dominate. Rookie Terrion Arnold is a revelation, with defensive coordinator Kelvin Shepard raving on a podcast he's a CB1 dog who can shadow the league's best. Paired with DJ Reed, a veteran lockdown corner whose relentless standard makes teammates flinch, they form a duo poised to suffocate receivers. Add all-pro safeties Kirby Joseph, 9 interceptions in 2024, leading the NFL, and Brian Branch, plus slot maestro Amik Robertson, and this unit's flirting with historic elite status. Last year's defense, ranked 19th in pass yards allowed at 3,887, was crippled by 10 key injuries, forcing desperate blitzes that imploded in the Commanders' playoff rout. Now, Arnold's preseason picks and slashed pass interference calls signal a transformation. Coaches praise his man coverage ferocity, with one ex-post declaring, "Arnold's a future All-Pro stealing the show." But the chilling truth looms. Injuries decimated this unit before. If Reed or Arnold falls, this dream secondary could unravel into a nightmare, leaving Goff's offense drowning in points. Is this the NFL's next great defensive backfield, or a fragile facade waiting to crack? With the backfield locked down, the real terror brews up front, where Aiden Hutchinson's evolution could set the NFL ablaze or expose fatal weaknesses. Aiden Hutchinson isn't a pass rusher. He's a force of nature, a hurricane in cleats. In 2024, he racked up 11.5 sacks despite missing 12 games with a broken tibia, including a monstrous 4.5 sack game against Tampa. For 2025, coaches gush he's stronger, faster, and deadlier, with Shepard saying he's better than last year's DPOY pace. Marcus Davenport, now healthy, is a pocket-collapsing beast who flashed dominance in limited 2024 snaps. The linebacker room stacked. Grant Stewart, a kick-returning missile who hits like a sledgehammer. Zach Frazier, a tackling machine. And Malcolm Rodriguez, sidelined but primed to explode. This defense, 7th in points allowed at 342 last year, could storm into the NFL's top 5. But controversy burns. Skeptics on X call it a one-man show, with Hutchinson carrying a unit prone to collapse. Last year's injuries exposed vulnerabilities, and Davenport's injury history raises alarms. If depth falters, opponents could carve up this front, gifting easy scores. The excitement's electric, but the danger's raw. One hit, and this inferno could turn to ashes. Are the Lions building a defensive dynasty? But even giants face brutal trials. Let's confront the grim gauntlet threatening to crush Detroit's dreams. Brace for impact. The Lions face a 2025 schedule that could shatter their spirit, ranked 3rd toughest by sportsbooks with 5 primetime games and 4 extra outdoor battles compared to last year's dome-heavy slate. Week 1 at Green Bay's Lambeau Field, September ODS Lambeau. 7-4, 25 p.m., CBS. Week 3 at Baltimore, the 22nd of September, 8:15 p.m., ESPN. Week 5 versus Kansas City, the 5th of October, 8:20 p.m., NBC. And a Christmas Day clash at Minnesota, the 25th of December, are pure carnage. The loss of All-Pro center Frank Ragnow and guard Kevin Zeitler gutted the O-line, once their lifeblood. Worse, 7 coaches, including offensive mastermind Ben Johnson, now Bears head coach, and defensive guru Aaron Glenn, bolted. New coordinator John Morton's already a lightning rod. Ex-fans are vicious, one calling his schemes a clown show worse than Pee Wee football. Goff's podcast comments hinted at playbook disarray, fueling panic. Last year's 15-2 peak is a distant memory. I predict 11-6, scraping a wild card. Critics scream fraud, insisting 2024 was a fluke driven by a soft schedule. Picture the collapse. Fans crushed, dynasty dreams reduced to rubble. Controversial? Hell yes. Are the Lions overhyped pretenders, or warriors poised to defy the odds? Yet, in this crucible, a rival's weakness could be Detroit's golden ticket. Let's dive into the explosive Packers showdown. Shock alert. The Green Bay Packers, Week 1 foes, are crumbling before kickoff. Their star edge rusher, Micah Parsons, sidelined by an L4, L5 facet joint sprain, hasn't practiced, facing a brutal dilemma: play unprepared against the NFL's most physical team, or sit and spark fan outrage. The Lions own this rivalry, winning 6 of the last 7 games, including 3 straight at Lambeau. Another victory. And it's Lambeau Field. Dan Campbell's divisional dominance is unmatched, with a 15-9 record against NFC North foes since 2021. Packers fans on X claim Parsons is untouchable, an elite game-changer. Nonsense. Hutchinson, Max Crosby, and Myles Garrett tower over him, with Hutchinson's 30 QB pressures in 2024 outpacing Parsons' output. If Parsons plays, Gibbs and Montgomery, with their 2,124 combined rushing yards, will target his weakened frame, exploiting every gap. A Green Bay loss could spiral their season into chaos, while Detroit's momentum skyrockets. This clash is raw, heart-pounding drama. Will the Lions feast on their prey, or choke under the Lambeau lights? As the Lions stand at this pivotal crossroads, the final question roars: will they conquer the NFL or crash in flames? Your voice shapes their epic saga. The Detroit Lions are a powder keg of talent and turmoil, teetering on the edge of immortality or obliteration. Goff's surgical precision, with 4,629 yards and 37 touchdowns, a secondary poised for historic greatness, and Hutchinson's ferocious evolution make them dark horses for the number 1 seed with a shot at 12+ wins. But the third toughest schedule, coaching chaos, and a weakened O-line scream peril, 10-7 or worse, is a real threat. I praise their heart, feel the electric surge of their rise, but dread the soul-crushing lows. Critics on X call them paper tigers, a one-hit wonder overhyped by 2024's fluke. I see predators ready to shock the NFL, with Hutchinson as a DPOY frontrunner and Arnold as a rising star. This season's an unmissable roller coaster, pulsing with excitement and fear. Lions fans, what's your jersey vibe? St. Brown's flair, Hutchinson's fire, or a classic Barry Sanders throwback? Hit the comments with your predictions, fears, and hype. Subscribe now to catch every twist of this heart-stopping saga. Are they Super Bowl bound or doomed to degrade? You decide. The pride needs your roar to echo across the league.